Is climate change real?
Republicans have recently been in the news for questioning climate change. Donald Trump calls it a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I consider climate change to be not one of our big problems. I consider it to be not a big problem at all. I think it's weather. I think it's weather changes. There could be some man-made something, but, if you look at China, they're doing nothing about it. Other countries are doing nothing about it. It's a big planet. I view climate change as being the big problem we have is nuclear climate change. That's what our climate change is, and that's our problem. And I'm a little surprised. Putin is doing it. I don't believe Putin's a believer.
This contradicts what he had to say about wanting to build a seawall at his golf course.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, screw this. Golf is for old people.
Quote, a do-nothing, do-minimum option will have the least impact on natural processes, but the existing erosion rate will continue and worsen due to sea level rising in the next coming years, posing a real and immediate risk to most of the golf course frontage and assets.
So Donald Trump doesn't care about the well-being of our country, but he does care about his golf course. Apparently climate change doesn't exist and shouldn't be a concern to the American people, but it does matter if it could directly affect him. Mainstream Republicans are saying that the government is claiming climate change to be real just to get money. Even so, if 97% of scientists believe this, who are you to question it? Oh no, just 97% of scientists from all around the world have come together just to trick the public.
Sarah Palin and Donald Trump, I hate to say it, but if you look at the temperature data over the past 5 years, we are seeing that it is getting hotter and hotter each year. Although the change in temperature is only a couple of degrees, it is still enough to melt glaciers and even cause sea levels to rise. And in Mr. Trump's case, of course, ruin his golf courses. Climate change has already shown signs of also swallowing islands and creating insane weather patterns that are changing the world around us.
People who question 97% of the scientists immediately assume that there is some type of money involved, when in reality, there are politicians and scientists being bought from big corporations to say the type of idiocy against climate change. For example, a scientist named Willie Soon took a total of $1.25 million from ExxonMobil, Southern Company, the American Petroleum Institution, and a foundation run by the ultra-conservative Koch brothers, just to reject the idea of climate change.
Hillary Clinton's campaign has received almost $7 million from the fossil fuel industry. No wonder she isn't strongly against fracking.
One reason why you should join the political revolution is because it's driven by Bernie Sanders, who actually believes in climate change. Instead of building walls, he will actually invest money into improving our current situation so it's not too late by the time we start seeing the major effects.
Bernie Sanders promises to act boldly to move our energy system away from fossil fuels towards energy efficiency and sustainable energy sources like wind, solar, and geothermal, because we have a moral responsibility to leave our kids a planet that is healthy and habitable. And we are taking a step into the right direction, since solar panels cost 80% less than they did back in 2008. Not only will we save our environment by converting to clean energy, we will also create millions of jobs and stop fossil fuel super PACs and lobbyists from influencing our politicians.
So join the political movement, because Bernie Sanders is one of the only politicians who truly cares about our environment. Even if he doesn't win, someone should likely carry on his political revolution towards a clean and bright future. To finalize, next time you vote, think of the candidate who stands for having a bright future for your children. Produced by Jacob for 2044.